Even a presidential candidate was thrown in prison for criticizing the government during World War I.
Was that Eugene Debs?
That was Eugene Debs. Very good, very good, Lou. You're up on your First Amendment history. The First Amendment was relatively ignored in the first 150 years of our history. It wasn't until World War I when the Supreme Court started taking free speech seriously. Mm-hmm. You had sort of anarchists and socialists and communists that were advocating for, sometimes the violent overthrow of the existing order. And they were prosecuted and said, look, they're urging the violent overthrow of the government. They should be criminalized, thrown in prison for incitement. And many were. Many were thrown in, even a presidential candidate was thrown in prison for criticizing the government during World War I.
Was that Eugene Debs?
That was Eugene Debs. Very good, very good, Lou. You're up on your First Amendment history. It took the court essentially 50 years to eventually say that, no, you can't. If it's just abstract advocacy, even the violent overthrow of the government, you can't punish that unless you can show that the match is being put to the fuse of the powder keg, unless it's going to result in imminent violence. Otherwise, abstract advocacy, including advocating the violent overthrow of the government, is fully protected. But it took the court from 1919 until 1969, I believe, the Brandenburg case, and I think it was 1969, to actually say that. But because for many years the court was sort of just affirming convictions of people for criticizing government policy, and a lot of people did prison time for that.
Yeah, well, what kind of time would they do? Do you know? Like how much?
I mean, these were sometimes very serious sentences of 10 to 20 years in prison.
Wow. The Brandenburg case, could you just talk a little bit about that?
In Brandenburg, you had a Ku Klux Klan rally where there was a journalist present, and the leader said, if they keep treating whites like they are, we're going to march on Washington and take revengeance, he said, even though revengeance isn't a word.
He just made up a Klan. Well, they spell, Klan with a K, so they get to make up words, I guess.
Yeah. He was prosecuted under a law that prohibited advocating the violent overthrow of government, even though it was sort of a joke the way the guy had said it. But the Supreme Court uses an excuse to basically said, look, this line of cases, we've been wrong all along in that abstract advocacy of violence. Sometimes it's legitimate political dissent, or it's bound up with legitimate political dissent, and therefore it shouldn't be able to be punished unless it's imminent incitement.
Was it Thomas Jefferson who said that there should be like a revolution every 19 years or something like that?
Yeah, I think he said that the Tree of Liberty needed to be watered with the blood of revolutionaries every 10 years or so.
Thank God he didn't say comedians.
Yeah, you could be in trouble.
Or I'd be safe. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. If you have any questions about the First Amendment or free speech in general, let us know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and make sure to click the little bell icon so you get notified anytime we release a new video.